Are you an artist that does art festivals and you're sort of getting burnt out from doing so many, and you've come across the idea of doing paint parties, but you sort of just don't know if it's the right fit for you, you're kind of on the fence? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons why paint parties are awesome, and you should start offering that to your clientele right now. Hi everybody, this is JJ Long from JJArtworks, and welcome to our YouTube channel where we help artists build profitable paint party businesses. That's something we're very passionate about. Thank you so much for being here. We're just going to jump right into the top 3 reasons why paint parties are awesome. They're a really good revenue stream, and how they sort of outperform art festivals. Because the first 10 years I was a self-employed artist, I did hundreds of art festivals, and they were very up and down. There was really no way to predict when income was coming in. But let me give you the top 3 reasons why paint parties are unbelievable. And I got them written down here, so bear with me while I kind of glance down at my notes. But number 1 is cash flow and when you get paid. This was like a light bulb went off in my mind when I first started doing paint parties. And basically, the difference between art festivals is that you have to come up with a booth fee, and you get to rent out space, and it usually costs you between $100, $150, possibly $300 for a weekend if you're doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something like that. But typically it's between $100, $150 just for one day. And it's usually a really long day. It's like an 8, 10, possibly 12-hour day. You're sitting outside underneath your Easy Up tent, and you're sort of twiddling your fingers, hoping that people come into your booth and buy something. So that is, it's like playing like Russian roulette. You just really don't know when the money's going to come in. So right off the bat, you're out money, and there's no guarantee that money's coming in, that anyone's going to buy anything from you. And even when people buy something from you, then it's like, okay, how much did I spend on supplies, and how much time did I put into the labor for making this piece of artwork? So, financially, it's a risk. Time-wise, it's a risk. And, art festivals are really tough. It's a grind. And at the same token, I do believe you should be doing that if you want to promote your professional work. But let me explain to you why paint parties are way better for cash flow and when you get paid. So say you book a paint party, and let's just say it is a private event. I love private events over public events, but there's pros and cons to each. But let's say you book a private event, and you're dealing with one person who's the event organizer. Basically, they say, hey, we want to book a paint party on this day. It's going to be X amount of people, like 20, 30 people, and we want to do it from this time frame. And does that time work for you? And you say, yes. Here's the invoice, please pay when you're ready. And then as soon as you pay, we can snap into production mode, and we can start, gathering supplies for the event. Boom, you get an invoice that's paid, and you haven't even stepped foot in the door for the paint party yet. And the other great benefit to this is that when you get paid up front, you use that money to buy supplies for your event. So you don't need to use credit cards. You don't have to. It's just a lot easier for cash flow, and it's like kind of like you're treating yourself with more respect too. So that is a huge benefit. You get paid up front. It's not like you're gambling your time, like at a paint party being like, well, I hope they pay the ticket fee. And no, they pay you up front. Same thing with a public event. If people hire you for a public event, customers pay via a ticket link on your website, and then boom, you get the money up front. So there's a lot of pros and cons. We can go deeper into that in another video, but right now I just want to explain to you that cash flow with paint parties is super awesome. I highly recommend it. So point number 2, no weather concerns. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times I have done an art festival, and it's like a rain or shine event, and you still have to set up your Easy Up tent and be underneath there while it's pouring out for like 8, 10, 12 hours, and nobody is out shopping for art in the pouring rain or the snow or the sleet or whatever. And I've done that so many times, and you don't even make your booth fee back. It's just like it's a horrible experience. With paint parties, I would say 90% of the paint parties that you do, they're inside. So you don't have to worry about the weather. You don't have to worry about pouring rain. The other thing about pouring rain, if you're a painter, or really any type of artist, photographer, craft, or whatever, there's a good chance that your work can get damaged during the bad weather. When you do a paint party, you set up inside, you set up your merch table if you have time, set up a merch table, try to make extra money that way. And everyone's just inside in the comfort of an interior space, and everyone's there to have a good time. And you know, the worst part, if it's raining outside during a paint party, you know, your customers have to drive in their car, park in the parking lot, come inside. So no weather concerns. That's a huge benefit in my eyes. So that is number 2. Number 3, and this is a really big one, there's no competition between vendors. So say you're setting up at an art festival, you're one tent that is part of a sea of like 50 other artists and entrepreneurs that are trying to sell their work. And there's a lot of competition. I can't tell you how many times I set up my Easy Up tent and I was competing against the glass blower next to me and then the photographer on the other side of me. And they're selling like hotcakes, and I'm kind of like, cool, I just want to sell a note card. More like 50 note cards so I break even, right? And it's you know, there's so much competition. The other competition that people don't think about is the food trucks. I've lost so much money to the hot dog guy, the pretzel guy, and then the cotton candy guy, the ice cream guy. It's just, it sucks. But when you do a paint party, people are there to see you. You're the art instructor, you're the artist, and people are just there to see you. They're not there to see all these other artists. They're just here to get instruction from you. And like I said, you can set up your merch table and you can promote your own work. And I've actually made more money off the merch table at a paint party than I have at some outdoor art festivals where I sat outside for like 10, 12 hours. So that is another huge reason in my eyes that paint parties are awesome. So those are the top 3. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to our channel. Please hit the bell notification icon so we can notify you when we come out with new videos. We come out with weekly videos. And also, if you're curious what kind of art supplies we use, I have that all the links in the description below. Check that out. If you're curious what kind of brushes we use, easels, canvas, all that stuff. And also, if you are ready to take your paint party journey to the next level, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So just click the link below and that'll take you to our website, and you can learn more about that as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. Also, if you guys have any ideas for future videos, leave them in the comments below. Shoot me a direct inbox on Instagram, and I'll try to create one for you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys in another video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.